Intention and agenda is very important. I may do good things, but if I'm doing them with the agenda that I'm going to be recognized for them, that I'm going to be appreciated for them, that I'm going to get good things in return, then chances are I am going to be miserable. Because I'm going to be miserable waiting to get my appreciation and acknowledgement and all the good things that are going to come. When they come, chances are they're not going to be as big or enough as I think they should be. But if my agenda of doing good things is for the joy of doing them, and it doesn't mean that the things themselves are so joyful, doesn't mean the actual work is always so joyful, but simply the joy of being in service. I may be sweeping the floor, I may be cleaning toilets, I may be cutting vegetables in the kitchen, I may be designing brochures, I may be stuffing envelopes, I may be going door to door raising money for an organization, and I could be doing any one of a million things. Could be making sandwiches for the poor. I could be doing literally an infinite number of things. Not all of those things in and of themselves is particularly enjoyable. But if I'm able to take joy in being of service, then that service becomes its own reward. So if I'm looking for what is going to come back for me, Pujya Swamiji always says, we always ask what for me. And really what we need to ask is what through me. So if I'm doing good work, but my question is what for me? What am I going to get out of this? It may be fully volunteer work. But I'm expecting somebody's going to notice, somebody's going to love me for it, whatever it may be. It could be a conscious expectation or a very deep-seated unconscious expectation. Then I'll be worthy. Then I'll be enough. Then my existence will matter. It may be very, very deep and subtle. But as long as we're looking for something from someone else, if this person appreciates me, acknowledges me, then I feel okay, then I feel worthy. When I get it, great. I don't get it, I don't feel great. So the service when you're doing good things has to be its own reward. If you're serving people, the benefit you're giving them, whether they acknowledge you or not, whether they even know you're the one who did it or not. But simply knowing, kids have sweaters today who didn't have sweaters yesterday. Kids have a school today who didn't have a school yesterday. They don't know we did it. We may not have gone personally and handed out every sweater. But just the awareness. The kids who were shivering yesterday or today not shivering. That brings joy. And the flip side of it is, as you say, people who do wrong things seem happy. I would disagree with you. I really would disagree with you. I would say that there is a drama in our world that a lot of people, most people in fact, sort of subscribe to on a surface level. And the drama is that having money, being rich, having big things, being successful, being powerful, that these are the good things in life. And so people who have them typically may act like, yeah, everything's great, because they know we have to act like everything's great. We're the rich people in the community. I'm the head, I'm the boss. If the CEO of a company walks into a boardroom and, puts his or her head in their hands and says, oh my God, I'm so depressed, do any of you guys know what to do? The company's going to fall apart. People are going to be like, well, you can't be CEO. You need to guide us. You're supposed to know what's going on here. You have to have it together. And so there's a whole drama that we've created based on the myth that these are the things that bring happiness. which means that if you have them, yeah, you better be happy. My whole illusion of my life and everything I think I'm working for is based on the illusion that when I get those things, I'm going to be happy. You have them, you better look happy, or my whole life is a question mark. And so, should you be rich or beautiful or famous or powerful or whatever it is, and dare to not be happy, what you tend to get is, what do you have to be miserable about? Like, you've got everything. And that's not a very compassionately open space for someone to be honest themselves, which is why people tend not to share it. But what I can tell you from traveling around the world and meeting so many people of every walk of life is so frequently, you find yourself in the homes of the richest people in the community, and everybody's there at the home, and there's a gathering, and there's many, many Mercedes lining the driveway, and it's a mansion, and people are there, and they look really happy, decked out in the best clothes, and then people leave, and the doors close, and they fall at Puja Swamiji's feet sobbing because they're miserable. But they're embarrassed to be miserable because they have everything. So don't make any assumptions, actually, about how deeply happy people are. The other last piece that I would give you about this is, if you were really happy, you wouldn't do wrong things. And the reason that I know this is, I'm a scientist by academic background, and I love science, and I kind of move through the world in my mind, just subtly running many, many experiments simultaneously, and just watching and listening and looking and paying attention and wondering and thinking. And one of the things that I've noticed that I'm pretty sure is true is, when you're happy, you make people around you happy. When you are deeply in peace within yourself, you spread that. You know, Puja Swamiji, again, he's got a beautiful quote. He always says, when you are in peace, you share peace, and you exude peace, and you manifest peace. And when you're in pieces, you share and manifest and exude pieces. If I'm happy, if I've got an inner experience of my cup flowing over, I don't need to grab from you. I don't need to cheat you. I don't need to betray you. I don't need to step on your head. If, God forbid, there's an inevitable situation in which I think maybe you're going to be hurt, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to soften that blow for you, because I want to share my joy and my peace. That's the nature of joy, is it wants to be shared. This is why when someone smiles at you, you can't help but smile back. They were just smiling. Their joy is, but there's something about a smile that makes us smile. That's the nature of joy. It's actually contagious. So if someone is doing wrong things, if someone is lying, if someone is cheating, if someone is abusing, if someone is betraying, whatever they may be doing, you can be pretty sure that they're doing it from a place of an inner sense of lack, an inner sense of fear, an inner sense of not enoughness, the opposite of my cup runneth over. Because that's what leads to harming